We start this noon with breaking news. The Nuggets have fired coach Michael Malone along with general manager Calvin Booth. Thanks for joining us for 9 News at Noon. I'm Erica Lopez. Malone is the winningest coach in Nuggets history. Making this decision even more shocking is that it comes just a week before the playoffs. In a statement released 15 minutes ago, Nuggets team officials say the decision, quote, gives them no pleasure to fire the pair just 2 seasons after they won the NBA title. The Nuggets add the decision was not made lightly, and it was made with the intention of giving the team the best chance at competing for the 2025 NBA championship. The Nuggets are on a small losing streak right now, having lost the last 4 games in a row. This is the last week of the regular season, and right now the Nuggets will make the playoffs. But if they keep losing, they could have to play play-in games. This is tied for the latest coaching change in NBA history. We will have continuing coverage starting today on 9 News at 3 o'clock. One person died in an overnight crash involving an RTD train and a car. Crews in Lone Tree have finally removed that car that caused the crash, and the roadway is back open. Our Brianna Fernandez tells us how it all happened.
Yeah, you're seeing that RTD train over my shoulder that was involved in this crash. We know that crash happened just before 2 this morning, right near C470 and I-25. Take a look at your screen. South Metro Fire Rescue provided these pictures and videos. They say a car was involved, drove off the overpass and landed on the tracks. We know the car is pinned between the train and a wall. The operator and passenger were on the train but were not injured. According to officials, the person in the car has died. Still a lot of questions to see exactly how this crash happened and how it all unfolded. We are still waiting for more updates between Lone Tree Police as well as Colorado State Patrol. For now, I'm in Lone Tree. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
All right, Brianna, thank you. And at this time, the E-line is still suspended for any RTD riders that rely on that. Shuttle buses have been replacing the line all morning long. Right now, we're taking a live look at downtown Denver. We're looking forward to blue skies. A little bit of clouds out there right now, though, that still have to clear. Joining us this noon to break it all down is meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Keely, we're really in for a gorgeous week. It's going to kind of feel like summer in the middle of spring.
Especially as we head toward the weekend, right? With temperatures climbing to potentially record-breaking numbers. We're talking about highs in the 80s Friday and Saturday. Yeah, just dealing with some mid and high-level cloudiness today, but plenty of sunshine, and that's going to help warm temperatures up into the 70s already to 68 degrees at DIE right now. To put that into perspective, our normal high temperature this time of the year is 61, so we're already well above that. A little bit breezy, those winds out of the west-southwest, 15 miles per hour. Those winds will pick up a bit this afternoon and this evening, and we are expecting breezy conditions tomorrow as well. Current temperatures, we're looking at 60s, already some 70s across the eastern plains, mainly 40s and 50s up in the high country. So partly cloudy for today. Your forecast high for the metro area, 73 degrees. We are quiet, a ridge of high pressure really building in, and that is going to keep us dry. We're going to make it into the 70s by 2 o'clock this afternoon. Here's a look at your weather headline. That warmth topping our weather headline with above average temperatures right on through the weekend. Fire danger does increase due to the low humidity and the stronger winds tonight into tomorrow. And we're talking about near record heat this weekend. More on that coming up in your complete forecast in just a
Keely, thank you so much. After weeks of rising measles cases across the country, the first case has arrived here in Denver. Our Courtney Yoon has the latest on who is affected and who else needs to be careful.
Health officials say anyone who visited Denver Health's emergency department on Sunday, April 6th from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. needs to monitor themselves for symptoms. Those symptoms can include fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash that starts several days later on the face and then spreads. Denver's health department says the infant who contracted the measles virus is less than 12 months old and is too young to be vaccinated. Health officials say the baby had recently traveled to an area of Mexico experiencing a measles outbreak. They say this case is not likely linked to Colorado's first case of the year, which was in Pueblo. The state confirmed its first case of measles last week. That case also involved a person who recently returned from a trip to Mexico. State epidemiologist and deputy chief medical officer at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment said in a statement, quote, "This case is a stark reminder that families traveling internationally should delay unnecessary travel or talk to their healthcare provider about early MMR vaccination vaccination for infants, especially when visiting areas with known measles outbreaks. According to health officials, measles is highly contagious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. The virus can remain in the air for up to 2 hours. Denver Health immediately reported this case to both the state and city health departments. The city's health department says the MMR vaccination, when taken within 72 hours after exposure, can prevent infection. In Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
New this noon, the Supreme Court announced it's blocking an order that would require the Trump administration to give thousands of laid-off federal workers their jobs back. 16,000 federal workers who were fired in an attempt to downsize the government have been stuck in limbo after a lower court determined those firings did not follow federal law. The Trump administration appealed that court's finding. Because of SCOTUS's new decision, former employees at 6 federal agencies will stay on paid leave as the case to determine the legality of their firings plays out. The stock market looks very different today. Monday, news that Trump would not consider pausing tariffs sent the market sliding as people hoped for a potential end to the trade war. After that roller coaster ride, the Dow has been up and down all day, at times by about 1,000 points. The S&P and NASDAQ are also doing well. It's not clear how long that will last, though, as the U.S. plans to more than double another tariff on Canada, this time on lumber. The Commerce Department has filed to raise duties on Canada from 14.5% to 34.5%. But in a recent statement, the Premier of British Columbia called the tariffs unjustified and warned they will drive up housing costs for Americans. About 30% of the softwood lumber used in the States is imported, and Canada accounts for more than 80% of those imports. After Trump threatened an additional 50% tariff on Chinese imports, China says it vows to fight to the end and take countermeasures against the United States. An additional 50% tariff would put the country's tariff rate at 104%. China's Commerce Ministry says the new U.S. tariffs are groundless and bullying. In a statement released this morning, the country hinted more tariffs against the U.S. may be coming, saying its countermeasures were aimed at maintaining the normal trade order, while the United States' actions were blackmail. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum says that she is trying to avoid imposing reciprocal tariffs against the United States, but she will not rule out the possibility. During a press conference, she said she would like to avoid extra taxes on steel and aluminum. She says Mexico would prefer to continue negotiating with the United States before making a move because tariffs drive up the price of goods for her people. She added Mexico's economy secretary will travel to D.C. to continue trade discussions with U.S. officials.